go. Welcome to St. Lambert and welcome back to In Transit, the theNOVABUSfan vlog. And yes, this is episode 5 already. I feel like we're getting regular here and I'm enjoying it very much, as I've constantly said over and over. Although it might not seem that way, because I mean it's been about a week as of today, as of the day of filming, that I posted a video. That's basically because I filmed an In Transit last week, but I didn't really like how it turned out and I felt like I needed to re-record it, especially since the day I filmed it, it was quite cold. We had a bit of a cold spell at the beginning of the week, but now, as you can see, it's gotten mild again, the snow is melting again, and the sun's out, so can't really complain there. So why am I in St. Lambert, you may ask? Well, St. Lambert for me is one of my favorite South Shore towns. I actually used to go to school here. My CEGEP is down the street, CEGEP being college here in Quebec. I always came here quite often, not just because there's a rail line, a healthy, busy CN rail line down over there. That's where we're going actually to start things off. But also just because it's a really charming little town right outside the city, as you can see maybe behind me. Oh geez, real-time editing there. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh well, there's the city. I have a variable neutral density filter. Oh my god, it's so bright. I have to constantly adjust to get the right exposure, but it means I can get blurry background and proper video settings even in broad daylight. So anyway, let's carry on and head to the trains and see if there's anything to catch today, even on a Saturday. Switching to the iPhone for a split second to show you what I meant by that filter. So this thing goes on the front of the lens, and basically what it does is it lets in less light to the lens. As you turn it, changes the amount of light that lets in. As you can see, it gets darker or brighter. You probably see that with the lettering on the inside of the lens there. And that basically lets me use slower, well, in camera speed, it lets me use a slower shutter speed and a wider aperture even in bright daylight, and it still gets me the correct exposure. Arriving at the train station. Sorta. Have to go under the bridge here first. Sounds like our first train already. But what could it be? Well, that was certainly a good 2 trains. Got here just in time for the train that's been stalking me as of late, CN 120, which is a intermodal train, as you saw, going to Halifax, Nova Scotia from Toronto. So that was a good catch. And then we got via train 35 bound for Ottawa from Quebec City, which had a 40th anniversary P42 leading. So I can say that I'm pretty satisfied with coming here for at least a little bit, but I didn't plan on staying here the whole day. So I'm going to walk around, maybe head off, follow the line a bit more towards the Southwark CN yard. There is potentially some other traffic to be seen today, so maybe we'll catch that. Make this a bit more of a rail fan vlog with some other stuff sprinkled in as I see it. So I'm also trying my best to stay on the South Shore today. Considering I live on the South Shore of Montreal, I haven't done a single in-transit vlog here. And in fact, the last 3, not including the first one because that was in Laval at McLaren, the last 3 in-transit vlogs have been in Montreal. And as much as I love Montreal, there's only so much you can film there, especially when the weather is very much the same. So I figured change of weather, change of scenery, change of location. In case you're wondering, that sandwich was delicious. So now I'm walking in the back of Saint-Lambert, you could say, basically where I was before. It's on a street called Victoria. It's basically the main street for Saint-Lambert and the adjoining, or the neighboring town called Greenfield Park. But now I'm walking in the back streets here, sort of back streets, back towards the train station, towards the tracks, because this street eventually does follow the tracks, heading towards a railroad crossing right in front of the CN Southwark yard. So that's where the general direction I'm going in, as I mentioned earlier. And hopefully we'll see something along the way. But on a side note, this is what I was telling you I love about Saint-Lambert. It's these beautiful old houses and old buildings everywhere. This town really is not young. And it shows, but it's beautiful for that. And it's very desirable to live here, as you can probably imagine. We have something in the yard. I'm gonna throw a bet that that's CN 323 from St. Albans, Vermont, but I can't be 100% certain. And for the bus fan folk, that's the same one we saw earlier at St. Lambert on the 6th of the 1. Now on the 54, so he's probably on the 6th before. Usually they interchange the 6 and the 54. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's 2 flashing yellow signals down there, and I can hear him leaving now. Damn. That was definitely because of the guy who just ran across the crossing. Don't do that, kids. And I'm really sorry if the audio peaked there. I had no idea he was going to use the horn. No way of predicting it. It's a quiet zone crossing normally. That's why you don't run in front of trains, people. Already at the end, not even 5 minutes in. Judging by this train's length, I'm going to go with it being 527, which is a mixed local of sorts that comes from near Quebec City. There's a stop here at Southwark for pick up some cars. I'll go next to the crossing. After that guy running over there, I don't want to be behind the bars while they're up, or while they're down rather. Well, other than that not so wise dude running across, I'll take some horn action in the Montreal area anytime. It's not exactly common. But now I want to go over there because there's these two engines moving, and the second one, the rear engine, the one facing away from us, is a City Rail leaser, or CFX. I'd like to go and see that. My only way to get down there though is through this field. And this would be great, except two reasons. One, there's mud, and two, I'm in running shoes. So unless I stay in the snow, which I could try, I'm gonna muck up myself pretty bad. Well, this actually works. I'm walking in the snow here, and it's not too bad. At least the snow is solid, and I'm just trying to keep myself away from the mud and not slipping, because this part here is particularly rocky and rough. I probably shouldn't be filming right now. Yes, we freaking made it. No sweat, just a lot of snow. And kind of rough walking on these sort of semi-frozen footprints. Now I have received word that sometime this afternoon we should see CN train 529. Runs on both DNH/CP tracks and starts on Norfolk Southern tracks in a yard in Enola, PA. And always has Norfolk Southern power or something similar, something foreign from the northeastern United States usually. Some good stuff. So hopefully we'll eventually see him roll through here bound for Montreal. This is definitely a train-centric vlog, so I hope you like trains. Does anybody like trains? There's that City Rail unit. I don't think he's going to go anywhere soon though, because he doesn't have any cars and he didn't really back up all the way to the yard, he just kind of moved. My filter's a bit dark, but that's a nice Chev. Very nice. Here comes the Via train with an F40 on point. I'll have to get the number for you guys after because I didn't bother looking at the schedule. Today. And another one. Slight change in location, but it's only temporary. We're headed back to the tracks and we'll be there in about 3, 2, 1. And here we are at the south end of Southwark Yard, Saint-Lambert. Back that way. Behind us this way we have downtown Montreal, which you may or may not see. But of course below us, we got nothing but trains. So this has got to be one of my favorite places to come for trains in the Montreal area, just because of this beautiful angle, this beautiful elevated view of everything that you can see for miles and miles in either direction, basically. And it's just great when you get the right lighting and you get the right trains. I mean, it's kind of unbeatable when it comes to things like this. I mean, yes, there are overpasses in the West Island that go over the Kingston sub and whatnot. But I find this to be a little bit more special because I just don't see a whole lot of action caught by other people from here. I've been here a few times, at least when it's warm. Anyway, it's nothing wrong for me because I mean I don't mind getting more footage here if that means I'm getting more stuff here than others. And cool, fine by me. I'll take it. I'll enjoy it. Hoping for that 529 soon, which will come off the track behind me over there, and he'll come down and go this way into the yard and eventually towards Montreal, ultimately towards Montreal, hopefully soon. Oh, hello there. Me thinks that this train is being pushed backwards by that locomotive consist with the City Rail engine. Stopping. Well, it's been about a half an hour since my last clip. The train over there hasn't moved an inch since, and 529 has yet to appear. Another problem that's arisen is that it's been overcast for about an hour and a half, maybe more. And since it's been overcast, there hasn't been much warmth from the sun, so it's gotten quite a bit chillier. And it doesn't help that I'm up at elevation here and I'm getting all the wind, so I'm really hoping that 529 either shows up soon or that I can figure out an alternative plan, as I'm talking to you here, I'm looking down the track and I still don't see him, so might be a good time for a plan B, or to keep, maybe just walk down that way. Here's the signal right before Tasho, right before Southwark. Always confusing because Tasho is a street near here, but the Tasho Yard is in Montreal, not here. This is the signal on the Rouse's Point that leads into the Southwark Yard, though. And it's all red right now, so nothing in sight for the moment. Well, we still haven't gotten 529, but there is something coming from the Saint-Hyacinthe, and a couple of Jeeps. As you can very well see, I've bailed. The overpass is back behind me, and I'm just walking in the sun now that it has come back out. Very content with what I have seen today, and regardless of not seeing 529. Luckily, that train is a daily train, and it always has Norfolk Southern or American power, or any, usually has a good mix of power from different railroads, but more often than not, it's Norfolk Southern power. It's not like it would have been particularly rare, it just would have been nice to catch it here. But I do hope to catch it again sometime in the summer, in the spring, later in the spring rather, at this location, because I love this spot here for rail fanning. But otherwise, I'm going to cap up this in-transit vlog right here and let you know that it's been a great day. It's been a successful day and another successful in-transit vlog. I do hope you've been enjoying this vlog in general, and we'll be back with more very soon, of course, trying to keep this as regular as possible. So stay tuned as always, and keep an eye on our social media pages at theNOVABUSfan on Instagram and Facebook for more where that came from. Anyway, that's it for now, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.